Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the result for the Colts is a touchdown.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Tennessee offense set to go again.
And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Off play action, Tannehill. He finds his man Johnson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
And 22 more yards there and another 1st down.
You know, he's already thrown for more yardage in this first quarter than he did all of last week.
And I could be snarky here and say, well, he didn't throw for a lot of yards last week, but the bottom line is he put in a great week of practice and really came out ready to go in this one.
He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there, but how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
On the run, it's McNichols. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now it's Tannehill. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by the veteran Richard Sherman.
And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
You're looking there, the defensive back was maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
So here are the Colts to take over.
They've got the lead right now, and remember, they are riding that very impressive 7-game winning streak, trying to push it to 8. Now left side on the swing pass, and he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. Now Wentz. And his throw here's incomplete.
So, Charles, you know, offensively, this group really playing at a high level, 7-0. And we're still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Yeah, unlike my teenage years where there were blemishes everywhere and the dermatologist was on speed dial. But I do think that they're going to have to start answering questions about this start if they keep winning games. You and I both know, we in the media will start to obsess about it and wonder, can they take it all the way to an undefeated season?
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. Wentz going to give this to Taylor.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
They'll look to run with Taylor.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor
with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On second down, it's Peterson. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. To throw is Tannehill. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowl cornerback, Richard Sherman. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Wentz.
The toss here completed to Pittman.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Wentz's throw into the hands of Pittman here.
Touchdown! Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes.
And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
And it's no good. Well, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
And now let's discuss Julio Jones. Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist. You know, the good stuff. Got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing. Change things up a little bit and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, try to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
2nd and 5. Well, Charles, you talk about this offense this week 8 of the 2021 campaign. Now, normally this would be the halfway point of the season, but as we all know, this is now a 17-game regular season. And because of that, seems like now maybe more than ever, getting your open week to occur later in the season, that could be a pretty big advantage.
Brandon, it's always been a big advantage, and now, as you pointed out, the possibility of it becoming huge, likely. Most teams want that later open date because of injuries, you know, getting that rest before the playoff push, all of those things. Sometimes when you get an open date early in the season, it's not very much of an advantage. You might be playing well, not slows down your momentum. This is a big deal, and teams definitely like it. The later, the better.
A 10th carry now for Peterson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Second down, Peterson again.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts 17. 40 yards on the ground for him so far.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on second down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
Well, you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on second and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. And he's got it. And it's a Titans touchdown. Marcus Johnson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit. Bullock good on the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays, and it ends with a Tennessee score. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Rodgers on the return. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Now Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense retake center stage.
And with the day he's having, as we look at some of these highlights, maybe he wants to duplicate this pregame meal next week.
Whatever it is, guaranteed he will ask for the exact same thing each and every week as long as he continues to run like that. Sometimes it's that simple, partner.
Yeah. And you know how superstitious these guys can be.
Oh, there's no doubt, right? If you put your left sock on first and you have this kind of game, you'll keep doing it. In this case, let's investigate that pregame meal. We might need some of that.
Yeah, right. It's working. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Taken in by Pascal out left. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
They'll try the left side with Taylor. Taylor's got the first down and more.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor
with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Colts add on to their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Getting set to go again on offense. We get a peek at Julio Jones now. He's been good so far to this point in the 2nd quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the 2nd quarter.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Tannehill.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Here's Tannehill. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
What we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're one.